Room to Read was first brought to my attention by Benjamin Happ, a super cool UMass alumni, and I met him at a networking event in Boston. And he started to connect me with some people within the organization and said, by the way, there's going to be a Room to Read, a fundraising event in Boston on May 7th, and you and your friends should come.
Rachel came barreling into my room one day saying, we have to fundraise for this campaign, we have to make this campaign. And after I sat her down and calmed her down, we talked about how we were going to do this and make this successful.
What we did was put together a press release that we pitched to a number of local publications, and we actually were able to get picked up by the Daily Collegian, which is UMass Amherst's daily newspaper, and they covered on their front page the first event that we had.
It started off first with a kickoff, so fortunately Eliza had done fundraisers in the past for other nonprofits that students are associated with on campus.
I'm a kickboxing instructor at the Recreation Center at UMass, and I always do kickboxing events called kickathons. So typically they're 2 hours and we raise money for some kind of organization that I believe in. So we let everyone know that this was happening and people were really excited for it. The day of, my mom came, Rachel's mom came, and it was a really powerful day.
It was truly a team effort that made the Students Rising, a Room to Read campaign successful. For the whole month of April, we had fundraising events every single week. We decided that we wanted to raise $5,000 to establish a classroom library in Asia. We felt that that was a goal that we could reach, and we all had someone in our lives who was really important to us, that we had memories that connected them to libraries or reading or literacy. So we all were devoted and invested in creating this classroom library that we could donate in our loved one's name.
2 years ago, my father passed away. When Rachel came with this idea, it really resonated with me personally because my father, when I was little, whenever he had a day off, he would take me to the library, and that was like my playground. And just to think that children aren't given that chance is just really hard to hear.
My grandmother is from Iran, and she was married at a young age, and she had children at a young age. She was basically a slave to my grandfather. Rachel and I went to see Girl Rising, and that's when it hit me that, oh my gosh, this is so close to my family. My grandmother went through the same exact thing.
About like a week or two into the campaign, my grandmother was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, which is still difficult for me to talk about, but she was a librarian, and I really, really, really wanted to show her, even though words and monetary means would never be able to demonstrate how much she meant to me. I thought, what could be a better thing than creating a library in her name? And then it happened to be that everyone had someone that they loved, that they connected to reading or a library. So it became very meaningful, and now we're in our final days and we're about to hit our $5,000 goal and to create this library.